it. Make some noise. Nice to see you all here. Absolutely wonderful. Welcome to Skyways Hotel to the That's Good for Footy panel show. It's the Kangaroos night. Yeah. We got two champions here from the North Melbourne Football Club, and we won't muck around. We'll get them straight out here so as you can enjoy their company as much as I just have. I will let you know this is the only live and interactive footy panel show going around in Australia. This is where the fans meet the players and the players meet the fans. If you're after a serious footy panel show, you're at the wrong place. I need to let you know that. I don't want you to be disappointed. All right, here we go. Please welcome to the show. He's our first panellist. He was born on the 28th of February 91. He's played a total of 192 games and kicked 145 goals. He made his AFL debut back in 2009 when he plays for the North Melbourne Football Club. He wears the number 7 on his back. Please welcome to the stage. There he is, Jack Ziebell.
So join in the chorus and sing it one and all. Join in the chorus, North Melbourne's on the ball. Good old North Melbourne.
There you go. Save it, save it, save it. Plenty more coming, plenty more coming. Welcome to the show, mate. Nice to have you here.
Thanks for having me again.
You look very well.
I am very well, yeah.
Good. He looks great. He's some man mountain, eh? Oh, there you go. All right, enough of that. We better get him out of here quickly. Speaking of one good-looking bloke, over to the next one. He's our second panellist. He was born on the 4th of March 1988. He has played a total of 207 games and kicked a total of 213 goals. He made his AFL debut back in 2006 when he plays for the North Melbourne Football Club. He wears the number 4 on his back. Could you please welcome to the stage, Shaun Higgins.
And sing it one and
there you go.
Join in the chorus, North Melbourne's on the ball. Good old North Melbourne.
Hello, Shaun.
You'll agree.
Good to see you,
North
mate.
Melbourne is the team that plays to win for you and me.
There you go. Hey, welcome to the show for the very first time. This is your very first That's Good for Footy panel show.
Yeah, well, I'm excited to be here, so look after you. It's my first time.
You might be excited to be here. Did he warn you much about what you were up for when you got here?
No, I'm flying blind tonight.
Oh, we like flying blind. Yeah, it always works well on this show. What I wanted to do, I just wanted to ask you a little bit about how's your off-season been? I know you went away over a period of time from... I know this is going back a while now because here we are in April, but we're talking about going back to October, November, December. How was that period for you? What did you get up to?
It was good. I mean, a footy season's a long year.
Yep.
Last year was a long year. We missed out on finals, as everyone knows. But we get about, 10 weeks at the end of the year to go away and try and relax.
Yep.
I was fortunate enough to get to the States for about 3 or 4 weeks.
Beautiful.
And a bit of Canada as well. So we had
Nice.
a good time over there and see a bit of the world, which
Excellent.
is good fun.
Good, we like that. What I wanted to allude to, you've been doing a bit of fishing. I keep a little bit of an eye on your Instagram account. Tell us a little about where you've been going, what you've been catching, and what's your favourite spot.
Yes.
3 questions in there.
There is 3 questions. Well, at the club, there's a few keen fishermen, so we've just started a new fishing club. It's called the Arden Street Anglers. So
Wow.
keep
batch
your eye
up
on
the fish
Instagram
like
for that. No, we actually catch and release all fish.
Yeah, good.
There's actually a fishing competition in the Gambie next weekend.
Oh.
So we play on a Friday night against Port Adelaide in Adelaide, and we'll fly back Saturday morning, and we'll all jump in our boats and head to the Gambie and try and get as many cod as we can. I think
How nice.
There's $500,000 worth of prizes up there for the biggest fish and all that sort of stuff. So if anyone knows Ben Cunnington, he's very keen on his fishing. But I will just say that the last time we went to the Gambia, I caught more fish than him. So.
Yeah, right. So that's one up at this stage. I like it. All right, good. Now, Shaun, tell us about your off-season. What did you get up to over that period without going into too much greater detail, but what was it all about?
Well, mine was slightly different to Jack's and what mine's been like the last decade or so with the arrival of the little one.
And congratulations on that.
Yeah, thank you.
Please.
It was an off-season slightly different, so we didn't jet set around the world. We had a couple of weeks in Byron and a couple of weeks in Noosa, but it was good. It was nice and easy. We kept the flying to a minimum. She survived the flight and we survived the flight, so it was good. But it was good to get away. Like Jack said, it becomes a long year and it's nice just to unwind for a few weeks before we start our own training back into the pre-season training with the team.
And the whole thing is, it's been a long summer. I mean, look at the weather today.
Mate.
So you've been experiencing not only your pre-season training, you've had intra-club games, you've had regional games, and you've had to deal with it with the weather. And we're still experiencing it now. This is like April sun in, Melbourne.
Yeah, well, that's Melbourne, isn't
it? You don't know what you're going to get.
Unfortunately, we're probably going to see the last of it this weekend, and we'll be back to 14 and rain before we know it. But we're making the most of training in some nice weather.
Yeah, good. All right. Well, that's nice. That's what I like to hear. So, boys, what I want to do now is I want to go into... It is a footy panel show, so we're going to get straight into footy. We'll come out of that, and then we'll have a little bit of fun with all these people here tonight, but we'll do a little bit of serious stuff. We're going to kick it off, ladies and gentlemen, with round 5. Let's do it. So what I want to do here, boys, we're just going to go through the games. They're going to be short and sweet. You can just give me either your thoughts and opinion or just your tip, however we go there. So we'll start off with Thursday night's game, April the 18th. It's at Brisbane versus Collingwood up in Brisbane. It's going to be a rocking... Everybody from Collingwood, I think, is heading up there. They're just about a sellout for the game. So it's going to be good for that brand of football up in Queensland. So it's Brisbane versus Collingwood, 7:35 p.m. at the Gabba. Let's hear the Brisbane song. That'll do. See, we don't muck around. Let's go straight to the Collingwood one. And that'll do there. So we know who's playing. We know that there's going to be a sellout crowd. That's what they're expecting. What are your thoughts here, boys?
Well,
tips and opinions?
I know Sean here is a bit of a tipster and he's in a competition. And I know it's very hard work this year. I actually don't do any tipping, so... it's a tough game because Brisbane on their day will beat anyone, and we all know how good Collingwood have been over the last sort of 12 months. So I think your head says Collingwood, but it wouldn't be surprised if Brisbane does win.
True.
Jack mentioned it's the first year in 14 years that I decided to do footy tipping with some mates this year, and up until last week I was sitting dead last.
Yeah, right.
I went 2, 3 and 2. I bounced back last week. Thanks to our win as well.
Yes.
And got 7, so I'm back in the mix a little bit. But
good.
Don't take these tips to the bank. I've tipped Collingwood.
Yep.
Like Jack said, Brisbane has showed some really good signs, but I just think now that the grind of the season's getting in, you'll see the teams
start to come back to their own.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, fine.
And Collingwood, for mine, are a slightly better side than Brisbane. And I expect Collingwood to get the job done.
It's been really exciting watching Brisbane because they are a team that's full of run at the moment, so that's quite exciting for them. Jane Beam's going back up there for his first time after leaving the club in the circumstances he did. The other thing, in relation to the tipping, just to go back to that, if you were getting numbers anything above 4 or 5 in the first 3 weeks, you know nothing about football.
Yeah, well, exactly. That was my argument when I was sitting last.
And that's generally how it fell. So I like your thoughts there. So you're actually going for Collingwood. And your thoughts were? Collingwood as well. All right, okay. Let's go to this game. This is Friday, April the 19th. We could talk about it, but we're going to save it until the end because we want to come back and go a little bit more in depth with it, all right? So we'll go into this one. This game is actually on Friday evening. This is at Optus Stadium at 6:10 p.m. over in Perth. It's West Coast versus Port Adelaide. Let's hear West Coast. Thanks, mate. And straight to Port Adelaide. And that'll do there. There we go, boys. I don't mean any disrespect to the other teams, but we like to get through this as nice and quick as we can. So what are your thoughts here? West Coast are playing a great brand of football. They look like they're ready to go all the way straight through to September, where they sit right now. But it's a long season. 6:10 p.m, playing on their home deck. What are your thoughts here?
I think for the second Good Friday game, I think West Coast will be too strong over there at home.
Yep.
Although I wouldn't be surprised if Port get over them. Just
it is one of those seasons.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I'll keep it short and sweet, but I think it's West Coast for me.
Okay, good. All right. Let's go to this game then. Saturday, April the 20th. This is at UNSW, Canberra Oval. All right. So this is at 1:45 p.m. It's GWS versus Fremantle. Let's hear GWS. Thanks, mate. Straight to Freo. And that'll do there. GWS are probably the other team that are up around that mark when you talk about your West Coast, your Geelongs, your GWS. They're in there in the mix. They had a great game last weekend going down to GMA HBA Stadium and they knocked off Geelong. What are your thoughts here?
Yeah, I think GWS have started really well this season. Obviously, Callum Ward going down is a huge loss for them. He's a massively underrated player in the AFL, I think. But I think we've played Freo round 1 and we obviously weren't great that day, but they were impressive as well. They've improved. So it'll be an interesting game, but I think GWS will be too strong.
Okay.
Yeah, GWS for mine. I think it was one of the best wins that they've had in their short history, because to go down there, we know how hard it is to play Geelong in Geelong, and then you combine that with the loss of your captain early on in the game. Amazing win. Their second home in Canberra, so GWS.
Beautiful, mate. Well said. All right, let's go to this game, 4:35 p.m. MCG. It's Melbourne versus St Kilda. Let's hear Melbourne.
It's a grand old
Thanks, mate. Straight to the Saints.
Oh, when the sand
And there we go there. Now, St Kilda playing not a bad brand of football. When I say that, though, they're probably not where they'd like to be, but in saying that, they've got the 3 wins on the board. And they're coming up against Melbourne, have only got the 1. So
they've done what's asked of them so far, St Kilda. To be 3-1 is a pretty decent start.
For sure.
Versus Melbourne's 1-3, and probably the expectations on them going into the season they haven't fulfilled just yet. But as we've spoken about so far tonight, it is a long year, and I think Melbourne will get going. Whether it's this week or next or in 5 weeks' time, I think they will get going. For me, I think Melbourne are probably too strong for St Kilda in this game.
Can I just say, just before you to interject here, with Melbourne and St Kilda, they're probably opposite. They're polar. Melbourne came in with heaps of expectation and haven't lived up to it. St Kilda came in with none. Does that actually have a lot to do with it? We always say that football's 90% above the shoulders. Is it one of those things where St Kilda have just come in and they've gone, you know what, we don't care what anyone else thinks, we're just going to go out there and play our style of football?
Yeah, well, there's got to be a little bit, an element of that for sure. Maybe not so much for St Kilda, but for Melbourne, they had a really steep rise last year and really high expectations, as you mentioned, after losing the preliminary final last year. But I touched on it before with the Brisbane Collingwood game. I think you just got to wait 6 to 8 weeks to let the season pan out a little bit and let teams find their feet. It seems like an easy week for tipping, because I'm going to agree with Jack, and I think Melbourne will get the job done as well. A shaky start, but it seemed like they got back to some really good football last week, albeit St Kilda are playing good footy as well. So it'll be a tight one, but I'd lean towards the D's.
Isn't it interesting? We're only up to, well, coming into round 5. It's only been 4 rounds of football up until this point. Everyone wanted someone's head at Essendon, you know. It's like, ease off, everyone. We're 4 rounds in. There's another at least 20 to go before we even get into the finals. So chill out. Let's go to this game, 7:25 p.m. Marvel Stadium. Richmond versus Sydney. Let's hear the Richmond song. Thanks, mate. Straight to Sydney. And that'll do there. Thank you. What do you reckon, boys?
Well, I think the Tigers, for me, they were very impressive last week to get the job done over in Adelaide with, I think for the first time, 4 of their best players out. So that was very impressive. I think Sydney aren't going too well at the moment, so I think the Tigers might just get it done.
Okay.
Yeah, well, I'm sure we'll disagree at some stage tonight, but I agree again. The Tigers, it was... Jack touched on it, but to have the players that they had out, I don't think they had any of their leadership group playing. No. To go away and win against Port Adelaide, who are up and going as well. So Richmond for mine over the Swans, particularly back here in Melbourne.
It's funny when you watch the club songs at the end of each round, and the North Melbourne one was sung with heaps of gusto after the last win. The Richmond one equally was the same. The boys sang it with so much heart.
They knew it was a big win.
Didn't they?
Yeah,
absolutely. Thank you. Let's go to this game then. This is also at Marvel Stadium. It's now Sunday, April the 21st. This game is between the Western Bulldogs and Carlton. Let's hear the Western Bulldogs. Thanks, mate. And straight to the Blues. That'll do there. Never has a truer word been spoken about the Blues. All right, what do you boys think here? Western Bulldogs, Blues?
I think the Dogs.
Good.
They've started well.
Okay.
And I think they'll just be too good for Carlton.
All right.
Yeah, I agree. I don't think Carlton are going as bad as it looks in terms of 0-4.
Yep.
Disappointing for them on the weekend with a close loss, but I think the Bulldogs tend to play Marvel pretty well.
Yeah.
They've shown some really good signs, particularly in the first 2 weeks, so I think they'll get the job done.
I do too. I think it'll be a cracker game. I wish Carlton all the best. I just don't think it's going to be this weekend. This game then, let's go over to Adelaide, 4:10 p.m. It's Adelaide versus the Gold Coast. Let's hear Adelaide.
We're the pride of South.
Thank you, mate. Straight to Gold Coast. That'll do there. That song ripped the heart out of Carlton last weekend, didn't it? What do you think here, though, boys? These teams... Again, I think they're probably polar. Adelaide come in with a lot of expectations. They haven't really lived up to that at all. Gold Coast, whatever. And now, look at them. They're just killing it. So,
They are. I think the Crows will probably be disappointed in last week's result, losing to us. I thought we were much better than them for the majority of the day, but as you said, they've got high expectations this year to bounce back to September, and what they've produced so far. They had a good win in Sydney a few weeks ago, but have probably been subpar to that point, and I think it's only a matter of time, just like Melbourne, before they start clicking into gear. And vice versa for the Gold Coast, like St Kilda and a couple of other teams have started really well, but as Hugo has said, that you wait for that 8-week mark and see how things unravel, and I think it will start evening out a little bit. So I'd probably pick Adelaide over there at home. Okay.
Your thoughts?
I'm just looking. I'm not sure if I'm going to disagree here at all. We'll have to just flip a coin for the last one. I think Adelaide will bounce back after last week, or at least put a stronger performance in. I agree with Jack. It actually felt like we should have won that game by a lot more. Gold Coast have played really good footy, and we touched on the Carlton game. They were probably lucky in the end to get across the line in that one. And I think Adelaide back at home, they need to respond. They've been a good side for a number of years, and I'm sure they will this week.
Benny Jacobs had a shocking game for Adelaide. Not that you care, but, you know.
Sam Jacobs.
Yeah.
He didn't play either, though, did he?
No, sorry.
The tall fella?
Yeah.
Jenkins.
Sorry, mate. Sorry, not Jacobs.
Thinking the same
Jenkins.
We wish Benny Jacobs was out there.
Yes, yeah. That's why I went, hang on, that didn't go down right. Jenkins, very bad. That goal that he missed directly in front, you know, you just wouldn't wish that upon anybody. But we did. So let's go over to this game. This game is Monday, April the 22nd. It's at the MCG. It's a 3:20 game. It's Hawthorn versus Geelong. Let's hear the Hawks.
We're a happy team at home.
Thanks, mate. Straight to the Cats.
We are Geelong.
All right, there we go. Arch rivals, these two. They hate each other. Do you care who wins?
Not really, no. But it's always a good game between the Hawks and the Cats when you're sitting at home on the Easter Monday after too much chocolate to watch that one. So it's going to be, I think Geelong are going really well. Hawthorn have had a few injuries, so I'll probably pick the Cats in this one.
Okay, all right.
I'll disagree with Jack.
Whoa, there it is.
I actually think Geelong will win, but I'll pick Hawthorn for the sake of tonight.
Yeah, all right. Okay, nice. I like that. That was impartial, but true at the same time. Let's go back to this game then, ladies and gentlemen. This is a game that you all want to know about. This game is on Friday, April the 19th. It's at 4:20 p.m. It is for the Good Friday appeal. It's all part of that. We'll get to that in the discussions. It's at Marvel Stadium, 4:20 p.m. between North Melbourne and the Essendon Football Club. Let's see the Essendon song. That'll do, straight to that. Let's go over to the North Melbourne one. Sing it loud and proud.
So join in the chorus and sing it one and all. Join in the chorus, North Melbourne's on the ball. Good old North Melbourne, they're champions, you'll agree. North Melbourne is the team that plays to win for you and me.
Excellent, wonderful. Thank you very much. Thanks for everyone getting involved in that. As I alluded to off the top of the show, there's plenty of serious footy panel shows out there. If you want to get all your stats and opinions, your ins and outs, don't watch this show, because all we're going to do is just talk about, well, we'll talk about some other stuff. We may get some possible ins and outs and injury updates, that sort of thing. Let's go right back to the game last weekend. Your first win on the weekend, 12 points over Adelaide. It was great to get 4 points on the board. You tell me what your feeling was like.
Yeah, it was good. Obviously, it was great, actually. It's probably well overdue, to be honest. Yeah. We thought we'd played well enough to win the 2 weeks before that without getting the result, which I'm sure everyone in the room was feeling like we were, a bit frustrated. But to play the brand of footy that we want to play against the Crows was pleasing. But we've got a lot of work to do as well, because we did a lot of things wrong in that game too. So.
We'll talk about that. Your celebration at the end was just beautiful, mate. The arms outstretched wide, just like, thank God, there goes the siren. We have bloody won this one.
Yeah, there was a bit of relief there too, to be honest. But when you're 0-3, you need a win. Yeah. We needed a win, and we got it. So it was a good feeling.
No, good on you, mate.
String two
I loved it. It wasn't the prettiest of games. That's what I'm about to allude to. On Saturday night, so many errors from both sides, missing targets, and a lot of handball, especially in the first half. There seemed to be an overindulgence of handball. Was there a particular reason? Was it just trying to get your structures right? What was the...
Not really, no. The pressure definitely stood. I thought our pressure in the second half was... it rated the best the third quarter was the best pressure quarter that we've played this year.
Yeah.
And that's what we build our game on. It's really important for us. And although other things didn't go to plan, like goal kicking and skills, but the heat was on. It was slightly slippery and dewy, and like that's no excuse. But if we bring the pressure, we're going to be in most games. And the pressure wasn't at the level it needed to be for the first 3 weeks. We got back to it for the second half on the weekend, which everyone in this room over the last couple of years would have seen that every week in, week out last year, and that's what kept us in games, even when we weren't playing that well. So that's the biggest positive we can take out of it. And like Jack said, we'll just go to work to tidy up a few other things. But the pressure was on the weekend. I felt like we led that compared to Adelaide, and in the end got it across the line for us.
Excellent, I like it. It was a better result for the team in the third with Ben finding some form. Obviously he ended up with 4. He was critiqued during the week by the King. Mr. Carey came out and gave his little bit of, one-dimensional opinion on that. Do you think that was accurate? Do you have any opinion on that? I'm talking about from the Wayne Carey saying what he said.
I think it worked for Ben, so why don't you do it every week if he comes out and kicks 4 goals a week?
Yeah, good.
But no, I mean, Wayne Carey was the greatest footballer to ever play the game.
I agree.
But if as an AFL footballer, I can only speak on our behalf of, if you listen to external criticism, you're going to be listening to a lot of it. It's fair to say.
Yep.
And everyone's got an opinion on the way you play, the way your team plays. If you get stuck listening to them, you're going to find yourself chasing your tail a lot. So it's important that you listen to the opinions that matter. And for us, that's our coaches, our teammates, and everyone inside the 4 walls.
Good.
So Benny's been great with that. He's copped a little bit the last couple of weeks, but I know for a fact the way he played on the weekend, kicked 4 goals, and he's copped a bit this week again. So off the back of last week's criticism, he'll kick 8 this week. So I say keep bringing it on.
Yeah, bring it on, we say. That's what I was about to say here. He was then put to the sword by BJ as staging for free kicks. Personally, I wrote down here that's a bit of the pot calling the kettle black. I didn't think it was warranted. I watched Ben play his football. He leads out from the front. In any ruck contest, he's up there to get in and have a really good red-hot crack. But if there's a free kick there and he's getting it, that's what the umpire's calling it. That's the adjudication. I didn't think there was any warrant for any staging or anything along those lines.
Yeah, I mean, even out on the ground sometimes, if there's free kick's not there, sometimes you get, gee, that's a little bit lucky we got away with that. But so what I saw live and then further in watching the replay after the game, the free kicks were all there. So
that's it.
To be honest, I think it's been blown up and there was no need for it to be there. I agree with Jack. Brownie normally responds really well when the heat's on us as a footy club, but also a little bit of criticism to him. So we welcome another bag this weekend.
Beautiful, love it. All right, let's move on to this. Yeah, thank you. What do you think you need to improve on at the moment in order to be a top 8 side? Where do you see that improvement coming from?
Probably our number one thing will be our consistency.
Okay.
Over the first month of football, we've done it in patches, as Higo spoke about, our staples of our game, being that pressure and consistency around the ball.
Yep.
We've done that against Hawthorn for a quarter and a half, against Brisbane for a half, against Adelaide we probably did it for the majority of the game, which is why we got the result. So for us to be a top 8 side, we just need to bring that every week.
Okay.
If we can do that, we'll be very hard to play against.
Good. I don't want to go into the nitty-gritty of it all, but that's enough to get the answer I wanted. No injuries came out of the game on the weekend. Positives from the game: Sean with 30 possessions. Congratulations. Goldie with 24 hit-outs. Jack Zeeble with 2 goals. Congratulations, mate. And a couple of little standouts for me: Simpkin, Anderson and Turner. Kane Turner, he's an impressive unit, that boy. I love what he brings to the Shinboner Football Club, because to me, he typifies what it's all about. He's hard. He's a hard nut.
Yeah, well, those 3 guys probably led it in the second half, didn't they? Especially Jed, Jai, Kane up forward. I thought Cam Zuhar as well.
Yep.
He's another big body that can apply a lot of pressure. So they're the guys that lead our pressure acts week in and week out, and they're the guys that probably got us going. So along with the side winning, I think there was plenty of positives that we can build on individually, particularly a lot of our younger guys and guys that experienced the first win in the jumper as well, which is always a big weekend.
For sure. It's a big game, this one coming up. This weekend against the Bombers. They've won their last 2, so 2 wins and 2 losses, sitting 12th on the ladder. You boys with 1 win sitting 17th on the ladder. It's a big game for 2 reasons. The significance of what the day represents, Good Friday football, and for the Royal Children's Hospital. You're a dad now, Sean. What does it mean to you?
Oh, well, it's always meant a lot going to the Royal Children's Hospital, but I think even more so, and there's kids in the room, but even more so when you've got a little one yourself and nieces and nephew as well. And there's going to be a little story on the game at half-time, I think, but my nephew was in the Royal Children's as well. So it does put a lot into perspective. And, you know, we were there when was it?
Wednesday.
Last Wednesday. But, you know, to hear stories and meet little kids. There was a 1-year-old who is only 2 weeks older than my little girl who's just had a heart transplant. Like, just amazing stories. That puts the whole day into perspective, and it's amazing we get to play and help raise money, but it's far greater than just the game on Friday.
Absolutely. It's a hell of a privilege to obviously run out onto the ground, knowing all of what the day represents. Where's the physicality from you wanting to win? Where are you going to summon that? What's the mantra that you're looking at to go out and play your football with on Good Friday?
Well, I think it's a game of AFL first and foremost, so you want to win every time you pull the jumper on. Different occasions mean different things to different people. For us as a footy club, we've wanted Good Friday football for forever. We've been the pioneers of that, and thankful for the AFL for giving us the opportunity over the last 3 years. And for our club, it's a huge opportunity to put a good spectacle on to retain that marquee game, because we don't get too many of them. So we urge all North fans to get there, because it's one of our only games that is a marquee game for the year, and we want to make the most of that. And as Sean said, it is a huge occasion for a charity that's greater than any football game.
Absolutely.
So for us to have a double-edged sword with that and have two birds with one stone, it almost is perfect in the sense that as players we understand the significance of the day and how do we best support that day is by winning. And I think that's our plan.
Can't get any better than that. Beautiful. Thanks, mate. Thank you very much. I just wanted to know, are you guys playing the style and brand of football that you know you can? Or how far off it are you?
It's always hard to say, because you never play the perfect game. I touched on it, but our second half definitely is the pressure method that we want to go about our football. Clearly, offensively and using the football, we'd love to tidy that up a little bit. But I thought defensively on the weekend we were really good. Adelaide are a high-scoring side. To keep them below 10 goals, I think, was a great effort. We'd love to have all three facets of the game working at once. It doesn't quite work like that, but if we can maintain the pressure in our defensive style and then go to work on offensively to give Brownie and Jack and the guys up forward more looks of it, that's the plan.
Yeah, good. Are you both enjoying your football at the moment?
Yes.
Loving it?
Loving it.
Yeah, good. Congratulations to Majak Dor. The story on his road to recovery has just been phenomenal, and now he's about to become a father. So he's not only back at North Melbourne, he's training, he's been out on the field doing some running. You guys all, stood around and gave him a nice big rendition, rousing applause. But now he's going to be a dad. How his head, his mindset and everything, it must be just wonderful for you guys that love him so much as a teammate to see where he's going.
Madge has come so far in such a short period of time, and he's a hot topic of conversation around town, and for good reason, because he's taken so many great strides. Yep. But to keep things in perspective, like Madge has still got a lot of work to do, no doubt. But the best part about that is that he's got the full support of all his teammates, the whole footy club, and he knows that all the fans are there right with him as well, which is awesome. Because at training on Friday, we had an open session. There would have been maybe 50 or 60 people down there, and he ran past and everyone gave him a big clap, and you could see him smile.
Excellent.
It's pretty cool to see. So the fact that he's made some great strides, and the fact that he's going to be a dad, I think he's so excited for that.
That's awesome.
There's so much positive stuff happening in Madge's life, which is great.
And I've heard you say there's no better place, and I've heard a lot of footballers say there's no better place when you're going through any struggles in life to be at the people around it, at the football club. So, more power to him from that. Evidently, he's been working out. He's a little bit bigger than normal.
If possible, but yes, he's massive.
Wow, that's amazing.
Yeah, I fear for whoever he runs into first.
Well, I look forward to seeing him back out on the track, and I'm sure everyone here feels the same. How are these boys settled into the club? All right, I've written this down as a bit of a report card. Give us their best attribute and what they've brought to the club. We'll go through one at a time, and you can just interchange. Jasper Pittard, what's he brought to the club, and what's his best attribute?
All the guys that have come to the club, I think, have been fantastic. I think Jasper has almost been the most important for us.
His haircut, firstly.
Yeah,
It's an interesting haircut.
it is.
But I can assure all our supporters, he's one of the nicest guys you'll meet.
Yeah.
He loves the footy club. He plays a really important role for us. He's been great. He's been one of our best players this year. So he's fitted into the back line really well.
Yep.
There's a tight little bond between the 8 or 10 defenders and the line coach at the moment. So all ticks and all positive for Jasper at the moment.
That's great, mate. Jared Pollock.
Yeah, Polly's fitted in amazingly as well. I'm sure all the supporters understand why we recruited Polly now. He's got a lethal left foot. As a forward, I love him.
Yeah, great.
Kick it down my
Excellent.
throat.
Yeah, nice. Dom Tyson.
Yeah, Dom was. He played the first 3 games for us.
Yep.
Had a really good pre-season. Probably a little bit stiff last week. The club wanted to get Paul Ahern back into the side, and it's always difficult when you're a new player to the club and you come to a team and you're 0-3, and the pressure builds. And like I said, Dom was probably stiff to go out. He's played some really solid footy for us, so I'm sure he'll play a lot of football this year in the AFL team.
Good. Aaron Hall.
I think we all know what Hawley can do with the ball. He's going to be very important for us as well this year, and ability to break lines and carry and run and kick long goals.
Yeah.
I remember playing against him at the Gold Coast. He used to tear us apart consistently. So I'm sure Brad's happy coaching him than coaching him.
Nice to have him in the blue and white.
Yeah, exactly.
And how's this boy for a find? Bailey Scott. Father-son. Unbelievable.
Yeah, we were fortunate that Bailey was... it was father-son, and normally you just get pushed the father-sons, but he still had to decide between 3 clubs. We were one of those, and really fortunate that Bailey elected to come to North Melbourne. Rising Star round 1. It's an easy cape with his footy. He got crook though after that, and battled a little bit round 2. Played round 2, missed last week. Rested. We've got back-to-back 6-day breaks. So he's going to play plenty of footy this year, but not only this year, he's one of the most professional young guys you'll ever see in any side. He prepares as well as anyone. He trains hard. He loves the game. He's got a good head on his shoulders, and he'll play 200+ games for the club.
And he looks like his old man. Wow. I used to love watching his dad play, and to see him out there, he's nearly a template of that. He looks fantastic. And as you said, round 1 nomination for Rising Star, brilliant. Tom Campbell over from the Western Bulldogs.
Yeah, Big Tommy is a great addition for us. I think we picked him up quite late on the rookie list. I think it was just after Christmas he came to the club. So he's played 2 games now, which is a fair effort for him. Essentially what people would think is a backup ruckman, but he's got a couple of great attributes to his game. He's a big boy, can create a contest and can kick a very long goal as well. So he will play some football for us this year, and if by whatever chance Goldie might get injured, hopefully he doesn't, but he would love to have Tommy come in and replace him, because
really
he's got
nice.
plenty of confidence in him.
Excellent, mate. And Taron Thomas, our last one there in that group.
Yeah, well, another fortunate result for the footy club, because Taron was part of the Tassie Academy, as everyone would know. He's been training with us for the last 2, 3, 4 years. Exciting talent. It's not too often you sort of get half spoon-fed a top 10 draft pick, which we did. So we were lucky. I think everyone's seen the skills that he's got. Anyone that can come in and play senior AFL footy in the first half a dozen games of the season, you're doing something right, and he's going to play a lot of footy as well.
Bloody awesome. I love this insight. That's why I'm asking these questions, because these are the questions you probably want to know too. McDonald, 1 week out?
Stiff. I didn't think that was
All right,
much.
move on. Not interested in that. Zeeble, $2,000 fine.
Real stiff.
Yeah, all right. Thought that might be the case.
He's rattling the tins out the front.
We'll see what we can do for you. And I just wanted to know what's going on with these boys. And short answers, if you will. Rovat?
Playing great footy, just stiff for a spot, to be honest.
Okay. Garner?
Yeah, coming back into football, played a half last week, we'll play 3/4 this week.
Brilliant. Jacobs?
Getting a lot better.
Yep.
Looking to play, hopefully, in the second half of the year, which is awesome for us. It's so important.
Yep. Marley? Williams?
Not as bad as first thought, so I would expect that it's only a short-term injury.
Good. Wright?
Probably every chance to come in this week for Lukey, but wait and see with selection. I think tomorrow night the team might not be selected just yet.
Wow. And I was going to say, Scott, but we've already spoken about that. That is brilliant. That's really exciting for the North Melbourne Football Club. You guys should be getting pumped for that one. And it's nice because we're only talking at round 4. We're going into round 5. There's a long season to go. You get all those boys back. The North Melbourne Football Club, they're a team to be, reckoned with. Noticeable from last week, teams that lower their eyes in and around the 50 looking for options instead of just banging it in long and hoping for the best. Essendon and Melbourne both seem to have changed their style and brand of football that coupled in with a more physical presence. I say that because if you look at what Sydney were doing, they were coming in, and Buddy was probably the most notable one, and I know that he got a little bit of criticism during the week of being maybe a little bit too selfish, where he was just banging it in from outside 60. Lowering your eyes, it seems to be the way to go and look for those short targets. West Coast are doing it. Also, GWS, they're chipping the ball around, finding the most, or the person that's in the best possible spot, and then hopefully going on and moving towards kicking goals. That's inevitably where it's going.
I'll let Sean answer this because I think he's one of the best in the league at kicking the ball inside 50. So he's good at taking both options.
Yeah, we touched on Brownie earlier. Probably we weren't looking after Brownie and Jack as well at our forwards early on because of our delivery and ball movement going inside 50. So in terms of the general ball movement as well in the comp, I think everyone's just sort of finding their feet in how things are moving. A lot of teams are going slower than they have in previous years and trying to maintain the ball. So along with teams with the win-loss just finding their feet, I think the way that the game's played, still finding their feet a little bit. But in terms of us, we'd like a little bit of a mixture of both, to be honest, because we'd like to get it in deep and long, give ourselves an opportunity to keep it inside forward 50.
Yep.
But you obviously can't do that all day and be predictable, and we've got to make sure we hit up our forwards like Jack and Brownie, who are really good on the lead.
Yeah. And one last question for you, Jack, in relation to this. Where do you find your best football? Are you like playing more on ball or down forward?
Probably a mixture, to be honest.
Okay.
I think at the moment, maybe 2-3 years ago, we lacked a bit of midfield depth, but with the emergence of guys like Jed Anderson, Paul Ahern, obviously getting Higo across from the Bulldogs, we've got Ben Cunnington, Benny Jacobs when he's fit in there. Yeah. We've got 5, 6, 7 guys that can go through that inside mid, whereas for a lot of years it was probably Andrew Swallow, Ben Cunnington and myself, and we were sort of pinch hitting with a boomer or someone else who would slide inside there and would struggle to sort of to get the advantage on the inside. But with having that depth, it's allowed me to go forward a little bit. And I played a lot of football as a junior up forward, and I quite enjoy that. So a mix between both, I think, is ideal for me.
Wow. Coming up against Essendon on the weekend, going to go out and smash them? What's going to be the case? Give us crystal ball here, boys.
Crystal ball?
Yeah, end result.
Oh, crystal ball, win by 10 goals. But,
well, that's what they want to hear, so yeah, let's go with that. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, we're well aware of what Essendon can do because the last 2 weeks, they've probably slightly changed from what they were doing in the first 2 weeks. They've gone back to a lot quicker football.
And a bit more instinctual, would you say,
yeah,
as well?
They are, and they're just playing. They're a really fast team, so hopefully you don't see them streaming through the middle of Marvel Stadium, too often on Friday, because it means our pressure and our defence isn't going as well as it should. So we expect a really tight contest, but we're extremely confident that if we can produce what we did in the second half last week and tidy up a couple of things, then we're confident we
get
can
the
go
4
well.
points. McDonald, Tip and Woody come down and kicked 7 last weekend. What are you going to do to negate him? This will be my last one on that.
I kicked them all last week, so we don't have to worry about it.
Good. That'll do as an answer too. We don't have to go further into that.
No, I don't think so.
That'll do. I wish you the best of luck, boys. It is a wonderful occasion to be playing on Good Friday. I know that the North Melbourne Football Club fought for many years. You've now got that stage. Make the most of it on the weekend. Have a great time out there. Enjoy your football. Hope you get the 4 points on the board. That game is proudly brought to you by the Big Picture people, the experts in home cinema. 6 great locations: South Morang, Cheltenham, Fountain Gate, Helpers Crossing, Warden Gardens and the Gold Coast. That game is all North Melbourne. Thank you very much. Cheers, everyone. Thanks, boys. Thanks for the insight. That was that was wonderful. I normally don't go that long, but when you've got these guys here and you've got the captain and the vice captain, you might as well just make the most of it, mightn't you? I hope you're all right with that. couple of the ladies down the front have just wiped their chin with napkins, so we're okay with it now. What we're going to do, boys, you can now relax. We're going to have a little bit of fun with everybody. We're going to get some people involved in the show. We want two contestants that reckon they know a little bit about the North Melbourne Football Club to come up and participate. Sandy's actually going to find them. While she's doing that, I'm going to acknowledge the person that comes up that we get for this particular segment. You've got the opportunity of winning this fantastic North Melbourne cheesecake. And I'll just show it to you. This segment's actually brought to you by the Cheesecake Shop, the nation's most loved cheesecake shop. We're going to introduce the segment as they make their way up. This segment is called Simply the Best.
You're simply the best. Better than all the rest.
Nice to meet you, Vince. Nice to have you and Frank. Welcome. Both of you boys are going to need a microphone, if you could grab it. What's going to be happening here, these two boys are going to be actually keeping score. Right. You two boys reckon you know a bit about the North Melbourne Football Club. We like that. You wouldn't be here to do it for Collingwood, would you?
Spot on.
So what's actually going to be happening here, I'll need you two boys to turn around and face towards that way. Come in a little bit tighter, Vince. Come in. There we go. That's it. Get a bit of niggle going on. The boys are going to be keeping score for you. When I ask you a series of questions, you're going to buzz in. You're going to buzz in with your name as your buzzer. So could you test your buzzer, please? Frank.
Frank.
Beautiful. And Vince.
Vince.
Excellent. Your buzzers are working. Wonderful. So what's going to happen here, boys? I'm going to ask you a series of questions. As soon as you think you know the answer, buzz in. Keep the microphone as close to your mouth or your chin as you possibly can, because I need to hear you clear and concisely. If you get the answer right, these boys are going to be keeping score for you. So, Frank.
Yes.
Sean Higgins is going to be keeping score for you.
Okay.
Vince. Jack Zeebel's going to be keeping score for you.
Cheers.
You must be happy, boys.
Very.
Bloody oath they are. All right, here we go, boys. Here comes your... Well, we've got about 12 questions here, so let's see how you go. How many premierships has your club won?
Frank.
Vince.
Frank.
4.
4 is correct. Wonderful. You're off the mark. How many times has your team played in a losing grand final?
Frank.
Frank.
3.
No. Vince, would you like to have a go?
5.
Correct. 5 is the answer. Who is your team's captain?
Vince.
You reckon with Vince? Yeah, Vince.
Captain Jack.
Captain Jack. All right, we'll go with that. He'd like to be called Sir Jack, but that'll do. Jack Zeebel. Who wears the number 7 at your club?
Vince.
Oh, Jack.
Jack Zeebel.
Jack Zeebel it is. It was who gave me that answer? Yeah, all right. Yeah, Vince, you got it. All right. Now, this is within 1,000, boys. How many members does your club currently have?
Frank.
Vince.
Oh, Frank.
36,000.
Yeah, I'm going to give it to you. It's 37,000.
Thank you.
769. It's close. All right, we're going to give it to you. So you've got that
Thank
one.
you.
Where did your team finish on the ladder at the end of the home and away season
Frank.
last year? Frank.
9th.
That'd be correct. And I'm not going to say that it wasn't, because Sean Higgins called out your name. How many games did your team win last year at the end of the home and away
Vince.
season? Vince.
8.
No, incorrect. Frank, would you like to have a go?
11.
No, that would be incorrect as well. It was 12. Bad luck, boys. What year did your team last win a grand final,
Frank.
and who did they play? Frank.
99 and Carlton.
Well done, mate. Let's see how drunk you were at that game. How many points did they win that grand final
Vince.
by? Oh, Vince.
43.
That would be incorrect. Frank.
37.
That would be incorrect. It was 35. Bad luck, boys. Who won the Norm Smith medal in that grand
Vince.
final? Vince.
Shagger. Shannon Green.
Yeah, yes. Yeah, we like to go with proper names here, but that'll do it. Yeah, Shannon Grant is correct.
I use nicknames.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah. I still got to award you the point, though. So we've got four each. 4 each, boys. All right. This is worth 2 points. I want player and goal. Who was your club's leading goal kicker in 2018?
Vince.
Vince.
Big Ben.
Yeah.
Benny Brown.
Yeah, that's good. And the goals?
61.
Oh, spot on. Well done. You got it. That was worth 2 points. Beautiful. Yeah, 2 points. And this, you need this, Frank. All right, you can come home with a wet sail here. This is for 3 points. Give me the player, the year, and the votes. Who was the last North Melbourne player to win a Brownlow medal? Frank. You got 3 here. Player, year, and votes. The stage is yours. Ross Glendenning is correct for 1 point.
84.
No. Votes. Hang on. Votes. Frank?
25.
No. Now it's your turn, Vince. He's got 1 point. You can steal the other two.
All right,
The
so-
year and votes.
I was Ross Glendinning, 83,
Yes.
and I think it was 24.
Spot on. Well done. You're a deserving winner, mate. You are simply the best.
Oh, really?
Yeah, well done. Hey, that was brilliant, mate. That's yours.
Oh, yeah.
That's yours. You've won the Cheesecake Shop
Rock and
voucher.
roll.
All right. Which is bloody awesome. You don't go home empty-handed. You've got a merchandise pack. That's good for footy. That's. I'll put that, Sandy. Can I? You've got that. There's a beanie to keep your head warm, right? On top of it, and this is all the vouchers. In there is a $40 cheesecake shop voucher, right? So you've won that. So you can go and get your own one of those. All right? Well done. Thanks, boys. Thank you very much. That's yours. Beautiful. Thanks, guys. Excellent. And you can have that. How's that? Just for sitting up the front. Not too easy. Thank you for that. That's a beautiful cheesecake. That segment was proudly brought to you by the Cheesecake Shop with over 50 stores in Victoria alone. Tonight's cheesecake was made by Campbellfield. So if you're after something different for a gift, go and see the Cheesecake Shop because they make those. And Frank's going to hand out a piece to everyone before he goes home tonight. Did he just say bullshit? I don't think so. It's all right, mate. It's all yours. You take it home. We need 2 contestants up here. You don't have to do anything except just stand here. Let's get kids up. Let's get 2 kids up. Let's introduce it while we bring them up. It's called Don't You Forget About Me. Welcome, Zoe and Tom. Nice to have you here. What's going to be happening? The boys are going to pass over these paddles. They're back on 1. You're going to be keeping score, all right? It's going to work like this. We've introduced a segment. It's called Don't You Forget About Me. Zoe, here comes your paddle. Turn around. There it is. All right? So the way that it works is you boys are going to be playing this game on their behalf. Right. And the way that it works is the segment's called Don't You Forget About Me. So I'm going to give you the player's number at your club, current day player. You've got to give me their Christian name and their surname, which for those of you playing along at home is their first and last. You've got to give me the Christian name and surname. You've got 45 seconds on the clock to get as many right as you can. Here's the kicker. For everyone you get right, they win $5 each. You're going... Who would like to go first?
This is not being recorded anywhere, is it?
1 for 1, are we?
Yeah.
Okay.
No. You get 45 seconds on the clock to answer.
Yeah, I'll go first.
Jack's first. So that means Tom.
Come on, Tommy.
Tom, you're going to be playing on behalf of Jack Zeeble, right? So every time he gets one right, you're going to flip over that. You should be going like a windmill here. All right?
Let's hope.
So I'm going to start reeling off the numbers. He's going to give me the names. You've got 45 seconds on the clock. Your time starts now. Number 30.
Barry Scott.
Correct. Number 22.
Todd Goldstein.
Correct. Number 43.
Aaron Hall.
Correct. Number 18.
Sean Atley.
Correct. Number 2.
Marley Williams.
Correct. Number 25.
Robbie Tarrant.
Correct. Number 28.
Will Walker. No, it's 27. 28. New player. Pass. Who's 28?
Kane Turner.
Oh, Kano. Oh, Jimmy Ford.
Number 4.
Sean Higgins.
Correct. Number 32.
Mason Wood.
Correct. Number 5.
Ben Jacobs.
Correct. Number 7.
Me.
Number 33.
Ed Vickers Wills.
Correct. Number 9.
Luke Davis Unac.
Excellent. Number 50.
Ben Brown.
Correct. Number 12.
Jai Simpkin.
Correct. 36.
Joel Crocker.
Correct. Number 13.
Jared Pollock.
Correct. Number 19.
Sam Wright.
Oh, I'll give it to you. How'd you go? 17. Oh, nice result. You won
Sorry,
$5 for each one of those that he got right. So it's 17 times 5.
right if I don't
If you can
know.
tell me how much that is,
Do you concentrate at school, Tom?
$105. $105 you just won. Not bad. That's pretty good. All right, well done. You excited?
Have you left any names for me there, or?
He did get quite a few. We'll see how you go.
All the rookies.
All right.
Going number-
Are you
going
ready
number
to?
order.
You ready to play? So, here we go. You're on 1. So we're going to start now with your first one, and it's number 3.
Jed Anderson.
Correct. Number 20.
Nick Lucky.
Correct. Number 1.
Majak.
Correct. Number 6.
Talagana.
Correct, 17.
Jasper Pittard.
Correct, 11.
Luke McDonald.
Correct, 21.
Dom Tyson.
Correct, 23.
Benny McKay.
Correct, number 10.
Cunners.
Well done.
Don't tell him that.
Number 24.
24, Sam Denon.
Yes, number 8.
Number 8, Rovat.
Yes,
Nathan.
number 15.
Paulie O'Hearn.
Yes, number 26.
26, hang on a second.
TT.
Oh, yeah, Taron Thomas.
Taron Thomas, excellent, 27.
Will Walker.
You've got it. What did you finish up with? Total score of 13. 13 times 5.
That was a bit faster, I think, that 45 seconds.
It was something along those lines. So we've got 13 times 5. Quick mathematicians.
105 as well, wasn't it?
Yeah, not quite. So we got, that's 50 plus 3, so that's 65. So 65 versus 105. You guys have won collectively. You've done it, all right? So I'm going to look after you both. I won't do it right now. You'll come and see me in the break of the segments, and I'll look after you with your cash. Well done. Thank you very much for participating. Good on you guys. That's a good win. Very good win. Thank you very much. That was great. Thanks, Zoe. Thanks, Tom. Very nice of you to come along and play. Let's do our next segment. We want 2 contestants to come up here and actually just stand here. Well, let's do 2 kids again. This segment's actually proudly brought to you by the Big Picture people. The wheel comes into play. What's going to be happening here, girls? You, again, are going to be keeping score for these 2 because they're going to be playing. And they love this segment, so much so that they go, bring it on, Damo. So there's yours. Thank you, Lauren. Thank you. All right. So here we go. What's going to happen? Sandy's going to spin the wheel. Now, because you volunteered to go first last, Jack, Sean, you're going to go first this time. Okay. Sandy's going to show you the wheel. These are the segments that you've got on it. So hit songs, grand final winners, countries and capitals, car club, Brownlow winners. There's, what is there, about 9-10 categories on there. There's 10 questions per category that you have to answer. So once it gets spun up, you'll get 10 questions, and then we'll go from there. So, Sandy, would you do me the honour of spinning the wheel and letting us know what Short's got? Apologise in advance. Oh, okay. All right. Get a hater. Tension mounts. What do we got?
Countries and capitals.
Countries and capitals. Whoa. Wow. You were saying before at the top of the show that you've done a little bit of jet setting over the period of time, just now, not now since you've become a dad.
Oh,
but
I do if I go to Noosa.
Unfortunately, there's a few more in here than that. What I'm going to be doing here, I'm going to give you the country and I need you to give me the capital. Okay?
I'm just warning you here, this is not going to go well. Am I going to cost them money or something?
No, you're not. No, you're just going to have some fun and we're all going to laugh at your expense. No, you're just going to have some fun here. I'll give you the capital. I'll give you the country, sorry. You've got to give me the capital. They're pretty easy. They're not, I don't make them like, you know. Yeah, all right. Let's see how we go. Here's your first one. Give me the capital of China.
Beijing.
Yes, correct. There you go. He's got 1 point. Beautiful. Give me the capital of Italy. I'm going to hear it from you. Rome, there it is. Give me the capital of India. Shh, shh.
Delhi.
Yes, yeah, beautiful. Well done. Give me the capital of Ireland. To be sure.
It's the only Irish town you know. The only town in Ireland anyone knows.
Dublin.
Yes, well done. Yeah, you can help him if you want. You can't, but you can. Yeah. Give me the capital of this country, Australia.
I don't even know.
I'll tell you a funny story about this.
Yeah, please.
We've actually got players at our football club
Yeah.
that don't know the answer to this question. So that's how well we're going.
Wow.
But you sure you don't know?
Yeah.
Okay,
You sure? Yeah, beautiful. Well done. You have got it right. We've had some very funny footballers on here over the time. One of them gave us Northern Territory. So that was very interesting because I think he got the ACT mixed up and thought it was just, he used the... Anyway, let's not go there. I'm not going to go inside his head. Give me the capital of this country, Russia.
Russia. Oh, I'll pass.
Okay. Moscow?
Moscow.
Yeah, all right, good. Capital of this one, Egypt?
Cairo. I actually had a former player
Yeah.
at the Bulldogs lives in Cairo.
Right.
Do you know?
Is it Danny Southern?
There you go.
There you go. Do I get a point?
Sorry, I'm not doing the quiz.
Thanks, mate. I like it when it's thrown back my way. Capital of Greece?
Jack was there how many months ago, Jack?
Probably 24 months ago, over 20,
Oh, sorry,
2
I thought it
years.
was
Yeah,
last
2 years ago.
Beautiful
Do you know?
spot, Jack.
Athens.
Athens.
Athens, all right. Just stealing his answers now. Japan?
Tokyo.
Yes, beautiful. How's he going there score-wise?
Say it like
8.
that.
He's not doing too bad. For only 10 questions, this is your last one. You've only got, well, 2 wrong. Jack, capital of
That's
Spain.
my thinking, boy.
Sorry. Capital of Spain. Capital of Spain.
Barcelona.
No. Madrid.
Oh, let's just...
Don't always listen to everyone.
Jack's
Well
lost it,
done.
then.
Finish up with a total score of 8. That's not bad. All right.
I was like,
That's good. Let's bring the wheel
that's
back
8
in.
more than I thought.
Yeah.
Maybe 7. I would have got Canberra.
That's not bad. Okay, let's spin the wheel and see what Jack's going to have as his category, Sandy. Off and running.
Give him
There
a hard
it
one.
is.
Give him a hard one.
Everyone's sitting on the edge of their seat, beside themselves, containing the excitement. What do we got?
Hit songs.
Oh,
Hit songs.
He'll like this.
Ooh, hit songs.
Jeez, I'm glad I didn't.
Okay, okay. How are you with your? I suppose I'd have to paraphrase this with. How are you with songs that probably are more Triple M genre?
Well, it's interesting you say that.
Yeah.
I've just switched over in my car to Smooth FM
Ah.
for the last probably month, just because I can't handle the people talking on the radio all the time.
Yeah.
And Smooth FM play music.
Yeah, good.
I quite enjoy it.
This could be interesting. This is probably, I don't know, this is probably a bit more rocky, but it's also songs that are well renowned. Okay, so let's see how we go. What's going to happen here? Sam, our spectacular sound engineer down the back of the room, he's going to be playing some songs. He's only going to be playing about 3 seconds of them though. You then have to identify either the title of the song or the artist. I'll give you either one. You get a point for either which. Okay?
How are you at music?
Here comes
Lauren?
your first song.
Any good?
You can help him, Lauren, although I don't think it's going to help much.
Yeah, it's is it? Well, Marilyn Manson mixed it.
No.
No. White Wedding.
Yeah, White Wedding. Yeah, beautiful. It is Billy Idol, White Wedding.
Billy Idol.
Let's try this one.
Born in the USA by Bruce Springsteen.
Beautiful, it is. You girls move in nice and tight and actually turn around that way, it's just so as we can make sure you're not looking around this way. Kings of...
Play it anyway.
Let's do this song. Do you happen to know who this might be?
Kings of Leon, Sex
Yeah.
on Fire.
That'll do, beautiful. God, sorry about that. Let's try this one. Yeah.
No.
No good. You Too Desire.
No.
Okay, let's try this one.
Yeah, I don't know which song it is though from the Akadaka.
Yeah.
What did I say?
What was it over there? Very good,
Shoot the
sir.
Thrill?
Very
Yeah.
good. AC/DC, Shoot the Thrill. You get the point. Well done. Let's go this one.
Counterfeit.
Yes. Any
I know how
idea
to
of the
sing
song?
it. I won't sing it, but no.
Yeah. Bonus point if you can sing it. No?
I don't know. What's that?
No? My Happiness.
My Happiness. Yeah.
Here comes a couple of shoe-ins for you.
Jimmy Barnes, K-Sound. No.
He's the lead singer. The band?
Cold Chisel.
Cold Chisel is correct.
Jimmy
K-Sam, well
Barnes.
done. This one?
I don't know the name of this song. Honestly, don't.
Artist?
My Sensation. He knows it.
Yeah,
Is
New
it? I don't know
Sensation.
who sings it.
New
I know the song.
Sensation, In Excess.
In Excess.
All right. How's he going score-wise?
Not that well.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right. This one?
Boys Light Up.
Beautiful. He doesn't need much of that. Aussie Crawl. And your last one?
Paradise City.
Very good. Artist?
Yeah, Guns and Roses.
Gunners will do. Well done. Finished up with a total score of 8 versus. You've already turned yours all the way back.
Draw.
You're fantastic, all of you. Congratulations. You're going to take away a prize pack. There you go. There's a merchandise pack. And there's a beanie just to keep your head warm. All right? That's all for you, just for being here. And you get the same. All those prize packs. There's a beanie.
Thank you.
And on top of that, there's a merchandise pack. You girls were fantastic. Thank you very much. Whack your paddles up there. We really enjoyed you being part of that. Thank you. Thanks, Sam. So what we need to do now, that segment was actually brought to you by the Big Picture people. The Big Picture people are a great sponsor of our shows. They look after us in a rather large way. I've given the boys some VIP passes to go and see them out at the Big Picture people. But I want you people to understand what it is that you can get involved with, that the Big Picture people are giving you the opportunity to win. And that is our grand final prize this year, which is a spectacular big screen home cinema package from our great friends at the Big Picture people, the experts in smart home cinema. Imagine watching the 2019 AFL Grand Final with a giant 3-metre screen. It's about the size of this backdrop here. Wow! Right? It's a big 3-metre screen, complete with incredible surround sound for your chance to win this amazing That's Good for Footy big screen home cinema pack. Simply go to www.bigpicturepeople.com/That's Good for Footy. I said that pretty quick and you're all looking at me going, oh, I can't remember it. Get onto the Facebook page and you'll see all the details there, or go to the win section on the That's Good for Footy website, put all your details in, enter as many times as you can, once, and you might be the lucky person that wins it. We're going to get that delivered to your house 3 weeks before the grand final, and you could be watching the grand final on that. So it's only open to Victorian residents. That's with thanks to the Big Picture people. Please put your hands together for them. Thank you. Well done. All right, boys, you don't have to, there's no segments here where you have to get involved by, we give away prizes, no contestants are going to come up, no paddles, just your microphone and me, that's it. We're going to do this little segment together. It's called What Can I Say? All right, what I want to do here, boys, I'm just going to ask you a series of questions. You can give me a one-word answer, or you can give me a long, elongated sentence that goes on for half an hour. No, don't do that. Give me your thoughts on this. What were your thoughts on the AFLX version 2019?
Higo got paid heaps to go, so he loved it.
No, it was good fun.
Okay, that'll do. Yeah, all right. Pre-season games are?
One's
Evil,
enough.
yeah, evil necessary.
Necessary evil, I like it.
Necessary
Yeah,
evil,
beautiful.
I'd say.
I mean, one's enough. Which of these things gets you pumped the most before a game? The smell of deep heat, fresh cut grass, pulling on the jumper, strapping on the boots, a footy in your hands, or the sound of the crowd?
I love the smell of deep heat.
Oh, yeah.
It's like country change rooms.
Yeah, right.
Jack had the DP on Saturday night. I had to ask him who was wearing that. But pump the most, probably the crowd when we run out.
The crowd, yeah, good. Okay. What are your thoughts on the banners?
Love the banners.
Love the banners?
Yeah, love the banners.
Yep, love the banners. If you were kicking a goal to win the game, where would you most like or most prefer to kick the ball from?
Goal line.
Right there.
Directly in front, 1 metre out?
If it wasn't the goal line, I'd prefer it probably 40.
40?
Yeah, 40 or
Directly in
45
front?
out, just kick through. Yeah.
Yeah. Jack?
Yeah, the same.
Same? All right. Your thoughts on the 50-metre penalty rule where a player can play on whilst the penalty is being measured out?
I actually don't mind it, to be honest.
That part of it's fine.
Yep.
Everything else surrounding it needs work.
Yeah, okay. All right, good. Are you happy with the current length of an AFL game?
It could maybe tighten up a fraction.
Okay.
I'd
Coming
like,
down to...
I'd honestly like to see 25-minute flat quarters, a bit like
Yep.
overseas where you can see how long there is to go.
Yep.
So if you need to win and you need to kick 9 points, you know you've got 1 minute, 32 seconds left.
Instead of someone standing on the boundary line with a stupid placard going, you know, we're in the 1 minute zone or
It's
something.
amazing because when you're out on the
Whoa.
ground, you have honestly got... You look
No
at the
idea.
clock and there's 26 minutes gone, there's 30 seconds to go, you think it's going to go 31 minutes.
Yeah.
You've got no idea
No
when you're
idea.
out there. At all.
25's a good... 25 total is...
Yep.
It sounds about right for us, yeah.
Yeah, okay, good. Should Tasmania have a team of their own?
I love going to Tassie to play in Hobart, so not just yet, because
Okay.
we win down there all the time as well.
Yeah.
But they're probably entitled to their own team at some point
Okay.
when they get it right.
Sean?
I agree.
Same? All right, mate. Thursday night footy is?
It's good when you've got nothing to watch on the couch.
Yeah.
I like it.
Sometimes hard to play, though, when you've got to
Yeah.
back it up in a short break.
Okay. Your thoughts on runners not allowed onto the ground during the field of play?
I think there could be a happy medium there.
Okay.
And maybe that is something around 15 a game, or
Yep.
but we sort of went from unlimited right back to only after
Yeah.
goals.
Yep.
And for our game, for example, on the weekend where there's only a few goals kicked in the first quarter, very hard to get rotations and messages out. So
Yep.
maybe 16, something like that, for
Okay.
a quarter sounds about right.
Cap it. Yep.
I don't mind it because it keeps the importance on old blokes out there. And
Yeah.
We're pretty old now, so
All right.
might get us another year or two.
Okay, cool. There you go. North Melbourne supporters are
The best in the world.
best in the world. Just going to go along with that. You're just going to keep agreeing with him.
Always agree with the captain.
Makes sense. Would you play State of Origin if called upon?
Yep.
100%.
Oh, good. I like that. Do you like that answer? Yeah, I do too. Geez, I wish they'd bring it back. Would you prefer to play in a day or a twilight grand final?
Day. Traditionalist.
Yep.
I honestly, that's one thing it does not faze me at all.
Yeah. Okay.
If it went tonight, I'd be happy with that.
Okay. All
Be
right.
happier if we were playing.
Yeah. Let's play it and make it first and do that. Is the 6-6 rule good for the game?
I don't think it hasn't harmed the game,
Yep.
but I don't think we've got the maximum out of it.
Yeah. Okay. Good.
Unsure yet.
Okay. All right. If you were to describe yourself as a car, what sort of a car would you be?
Mazda.
I was going to tell you that was coming. I looked at you and I just said it's coming.
Sean would be like a... no, I'd say if you're talking Mazdas... No, actually, we won't talk Mazdas.
Yeah.
I'd say Sean would be in a nice Audi R8 sort of setup where it's just really slick, smooth.
I wish I was that fast.
You're quick when you get going.
Needs a run up.
But it's just a nice prestige car. Lives in Brighton.
Nice.
Loves Tommy Hilfiger.
Anyway, what are you, Jack?
Yeah, that's what I want to find
Something
out.
slow with diesel.
Oh, something slow
Tractor?
with diesel.
Yeah, tractor.
Yeah. Do you prefer the coach to be on the bench or in the box?
Yeah, don't care.
Wherever he can best see it to help us win. But
Yeah.
if he's going to yell at us, probably in the box.
What's your favourite go-to kick when kicking for goal?
Kick.
What's your favourite go-to kick when kicking for goal? Is it like check side or is
depends where
it
it's
drop punt or...
Straight one, hopefully.
Yeah.
No, I'm a drop punt man. Even
Yeah.
if I'm on a tight angle, I'll kick a drop punt wherever possible.
I only bring up that question, and the reason I've written it down is because I've been watching Jordan Goey, and he loves the
Yeah,
check
he
side
snaps
from
them anywhere,
Yeah.
yeah.
And it seems to be one of his favourites. And you know, Buddy coming out on the hook and kicking from outside 60. So I like to ask that question just to find out what you boys think. Do you like the split round, the bye round, the fixture from rounds 12, 13, and 14?
Yeah, personally, I'd love to have 2 buys in the season.
need 2,
Okay.
Yeah, as players, I think 2 buys would improve the game
Yep.
because you don't have as many sore players out there. And the split round allows you to play more Thursday nights and Monday nights and stuff
Yep.
around those times as well. So if you have two buys and 2 split rounds,
Yep.
you'd have footy spread out a lot more as well. So there's more to watch. which is
Agreed.
good for everyone.
Okay, nice. Being an AFL footballer is
Oh, outstanding job.
outstanding.
Yep. Yeah, I'm a bit of a footy nut.
Yep.
It's got its challenges, but we love it.
Good. Eddie had roof open or closed?
Closed.
Closed.
Closed. That was pretty emphatic. I like that answer.
Don't even get me started.
Yeah. So should I go with the playing surface that Eddie had is?
Pretty good this
Better
year.
than Optus, I'll tell
Yeah.
you that much. Marvel.
Oh, sorry, I should say yes.
No, it's actually,
Marvel.
it has improved.
Yeah, okay, good. Is football now a game adjudicated by interpretation? Too much interpretation?
There's a lot of grey, yeah.
Yeah.
But I don't think the AFL makes that easy on the umpires either.
No.
So.
Okay, all right, good. Your favourite ground to play on around Australia apart from the G?
Yeah, it would be Hobart.
Okay,
It's a good surface.
Yeah.
Helps that we get a lot of support and we win.
yeah, that helps too.
We actually, as a team, know the conditions that you consistently get down there as well, which is a
Yeah.
breeze
Yeah.
from the water across.
Yeah,
and
right.
a lot of teams get there and it's a bloody strong wind. So,
Yeah.
although it's not that fun to play in, we know it well.
Yeah, good. Well, that's an advantage. What's better, mark or goal of the year?
I'd love to be able to take Mark of the Year, but I can't jump. So I probably would then go mark of the year because I know I'll never be able to do it.
Yeah, right. Okay.
I actually like goalie. I reckon it's...
Yeah. All right. Playing for the North Melbourne Football Club is?
An honour.
Honour.
Yeah.
Honour. Good. Who's your Brownlow tip for 2019?
Paddy Cripps.
Paddy Cripps and... You're not going with that? Yeah, okay.
Nah.
All right, I like it. I like both those answers. North Melbourne, at the end of the home and away season this year, will finish
In the 8.
in the 8th.
4th.
8th and 4th.
No, in the 8th. In the 8th. In the 8th.
In the 8th. All right, okay, all right.
Sorry, I was just...
No, it's good. When you see a poster or merchandise of yourself, what do you think?
That's a bad photo.
Not you.
That's a big head.
Yeah.
Really?
I wish I had
Okay.
a tan.
What is your reaction when you see a kid with your number on their back?
Yeah, no, it's...
These answers from the
Yeah,
audience.
we should have just mic'd up the audience so they could have answered for us.
You're chuffed, I reckon.
Yeah, and it just takes you back to when you were a kid.
Yeah.
Because we sort of lose that a little bit in terms of the Monday to Friday when
Yeah.
you take for granted that we just do it as a job. But when you put yourself back in the shoes of the kids, not
Yeah.
just here but at the game,
Yeah.
like Jack would have been the same, but I was footy mad, so yeah, it's pretty cool.
Good. Same? All right. Which brings me to this question. Did you wear a player's number on your back, and if so, who was it?
I was mad Geelong.
Okay.
Actually, it might please a few here. It was Lee Colbert when he was at Geelong.
Wow.
Yeah.
Gee, interesting. Yeah, good.
Unfortunately, I was Collingwood.
Yep.
What?
What
I
number?
used to wear Bucks' number, actually.
Yeah? Okay. All right, nice.
Exchange.
Do you prefer a Melbourne summer or a Melbourne winter?
I'm a winter man.
Okay.
I like both.
Yep.
As I'm getting older, I'm leaning towards the winter. And it's footy season.
Yeah, okay. Describe Melbourne traffic in one word.
Stinker.
Stinker?
Yes, I've moved further away from the football club, which is means it's an early start for me just to beat the traffic. So, yeah, it's not good between the hours of 7:30,
All right.
9 o'clock, and then 4 till 5:30.
Oh, yuck. Yeah, I don't... If you had to choose just one, music or TV, which would you choose?
TV.
TV, all right. What is your favourite takeaway food? I'll give you an example. KFC, fish and chips, pizza, McDonald's, Chinese, Thai. How often do you have it?
Red Rooster. Never.
Rooster? Never?
No, always.
It wasn't bad.
no. I'll probably have... I love Red Rooster. That was probably my
I
favourite one.
honestly have had Red Rooster once in my life.
How good are the
Really?
chips are?
Does anyone have Red Rooster here?
Yeah. I love a bit of Red Rooster.
Really? I might get... not that... I mean, the only time I'll have takeaway is just a treat after the game.
Okay.
But yeah, I've never had Red Rooster.
I wouldn't have had Red Rooster in about 6 months, but when
Yeah.
I have it, like, I go pretty hard.
Go pretty hard.
Their chips are... They rival KFCs.
Yeah.
If they get the salt right.
Yes.
They're very, very, very special.
I agree. You were just saying that you do have it. What would it be after a game if you were to indulge in it?
McChicken,
I'll mix it
Big
up.
Mac.
Yep.
Oh, no, I've gone off then. Nah. I don't know.
No?
I know it sounds boring. We had Japanese tonight. I love Japanese.
No, I love Japanese.
Treat, have a pizza or something after a game.
Okay.
But
All right.
sorry, it's a bit boring.
No, it's not. All right, well, let's make it interesting. What sort of pizza?
I'm a pepperoni man.
All right, there you go. How much time in hours do you spend on your phone a day?
I saw this pop up the other day on my phone. Have you got that thing that
Too
pops
much.
up? Have you ever screen notification thing?
No.
So mine pops up once a week. It's like 3 hours a day,
Yeah.
average or something.
Yeah.
Which is ridiculous when you think about it.
Yeah, it is.
3 hours.
There is
There's
actually
a-
a part in the
yeah,
phone which can tell you how long you've been on
We
it
don't,
for.
we don't have our phones out at the footy club,
No.
unless you're sitting at your locker, but not around the club, which is a good initiative.
For sure.
But it's at home, yeah, I get in trouble for laying on the couch with my phone,
At least you're
not
honest.
helping out.
Here's your last one, boys. What's the one thing that you would most want people to think or know about you?
So, did you say think or not?
What's the one thing
Yeah.
that you would most want people to either think or know about you?
Oh, hopefully that we're
What she said?
we're a nice person, but
You're a nice person. Yeah.
probably honest.
Honest. Good. Great answer. Jake?
Probably. Yeah, I don't know actually.
Yeah?
Let's put me on the spot. Friendly, probably, maybe. Just be a nice guy.
Yeah. They're all genuine answers. I like them either way. I like these two guys. Do you like them? Yeah. I love them. That was our segment. Thank you very much for participating. Guys, thanks for your honesty. Thanks for your candour. We're going to have a short little break. I just need to say, ladies and gentlemen, that keep an eye out. Sandra's given me some feedback tonight. Said there's quite a few of you that have said, we've never heard of these shows before. There's a reason for that, because we need more people to spread the word and tell your friends and other people that don't even barrack for the North Melbourne Football Club, but maybe Essendon or Collingwood or Geelong or whatever. Come along and be part of the shows and spread the word. We want you to all come along and have the kind of fun we have tonight. If you need to know more about them, just get onto the That's Good for Footy Facebook page or the website. That's where everything will be. I just need to mention our sponsors. The That's Good for Footy panel shows would not be possible without the help of our sponsors. The Framing Queen, thanks to the gorgeous Sandy. She does all the framing for all the stuff that you've seen tonight. Thanks heaps for that. She's a flight attendant. She's everywhere. She's doing everything. But she does a great job with all the framing, so thanks for that, Sandy. The Big Picture people, don't forget to enter that tonight. That's for an $11,000 home theatre surround sound package. The Comics Lounge, you've got double pass for some of you people that won those. Hamper World for the hamper. Congratulations to the lovely lady over there. She can't take her eyes off Sean Higgins. That's fantastic. The Cheesecake Shop, well done, Vince. You got to take your cake home tonight. Burley Seacombe supply us with all the footballs. 3D Mini League for the figurines. Congratulations to you again. Actually, you've just about cleaned up, haven't you? And the last one is Ozcarts. They look after us, supplying us some vouchers for the shows. Now, as I said before, we just don't do North Melbourne shows, we do all the 10 Victorian clubs. Coming up on April the 24th, we've got Carlton players Jack Silvani and Sam Walsh live from the Bridge Inn in Mernda. Please no booze, we love them all. On May the 1st, we're doing Geelong players Tom Stewart and Mark Blixas will be live from the Village Green in Mulgrave. On May the 8th, we've got Collingwood players Jaden Stevenson and Josh Thomas live from the Hallam Hotel. And on May the 15th, we've got Richmond players Trent Cotchin and Tom Lynch. Way to go. Guess where that'll be? Right here. So to attend any of those shows, as I said, get onto the Facebook page or the website. Lastly, I just want to say thanks to Sam. Great job tonight. I really enjoyed it. Cheers, mate. Thanks to your dad for coming along and helping you as well. That was fantastic. Sandy, you've been a trooper. But more importantly, can you please put your hands together for Sean Higgins, Jack Zeeble from the North Melbourne Football Club. Thanks very much for being here tonight. It's been a pleasure. I hope you've enjoyed yourself for the first time.
Thanks for having us.
Good on you, mate. Thank you.
Thanks, Damo. And just quickly, I've heard that it potentially might be your birthday today, is it?
Yeah, it is.
Happy birthday to Damo. Who wants to start the
No,
sing-along?
it's all good. Thank you very much. We hope you've had a really good time. Thanks everyone for coming tonight. My name's Damien. Thank you and good night. Cheers, everyone.